I've been making some fodder. I want to make more today. These were really fun to make last night. So it's a strip of produce paper, and I sewed a line here and here, and then I stamped it with some numbers, and then I just cut those. So that makes for a nice tab on the edge of a page, or just somewhere on a page, on an envelope. And then I got really creative and started doing some stitching in a circle. And then in an oval shape. I did some flowers last night. Leaf. These were done with gouache. I haven't used my gouache in so long. I love watercolor, but gouache it has its purpose too, right? It's opaque and it throws out a lot of color. These were done on a file folder. I got these. They were about to throw them away. And I says, hey, can I have that? So I have a whole stack of file folders that were only used for a short time. Then, I did some leaves. And I used just a black pen to go around it. And I just did these this morning. These are also done on file folders. And you just take your pen and you draw a square or a rectangle. You could do circles as well. But these will be kind of like, what are they called? Callouts? Callouts? So you could put, write something in here as if like that's what someone's saying, kind of like in a comic book. And you go around in about, I don't know, 5-6 times, but really wonky. You don't have to be straight. That's what gives its character. I love these. I'm going to be making a ton of these on my coffee breaks, because this doesn't take much time at all, and I only have to pack a pen and a file folder and just go on my coffee break and play around with that. Tulips. And then I had a card from the paint store, and I thought I would cut out a heart. This one was fun to make too. Again, gouache, and I took some a white pen, and I made little dots. I did this one this morning too. I'm just finding all these creative ways. Oh, I made him a few days ago. I was playing around. He's just made on regular paper with just some cheap pencil crayons. I made these last night. Again, another file folder and a Posca marker. So the brown is gouache, the yellow is a Posca marker. I didn't want to get up and get the other colors, so I grabbed what was on my desk at the time. Some hearts, just some circles, and then another one, but with some white on top of the yellow. And then I had a small part at the end of the page, the folder, so I thought, well, I'll just fill it up with this rectangle, but my Posca marker kind of threw out a big blob, so this one's darker. That one turned out really good. The contrast is nice. There's another heart, and my Posca pen. No, that's not the Posca pen. Just the white gel pen. I started decorating it before the gouache was dry, and of course that's what happens. But this is going in my journal. It's not going in the garbage. This is not a fail. I absolutely love this heart. It turned out so good. But this one is super nice. Look at the curves on that one. So I'm not putting anything in the middle. That's going to go in my journal somewhere. I might cut it down even a little bit closer to the color. But yeah, super nice. And then I was just playing around with some my Prismacolor pencils, drawing a mushroom. I'm not good at it, but sometimes it's just what I do when I'm watching TV. It was late last night and I just wanted to putz around on a piece of paper. So that's what I did. So I'm going to do some of these today. But first, I just need to color this watercolor paper. With just some random colors. So that I can work with this fodder or make fodder on here later. I'm going to wait till it completely dries and maybe I'll do some of these on here. I'm not sure yet. I think this was the last piece of one of the nicer watercolors. There's a little dot on there. I don't know what happened. Right there. That's okay. Okay. So we'll take this. And I'm just going to spray this down. Oops, let me just take my color off of there. I don't use my good brushes for this. I just use a Dollarama brush. Okay, let's see. I don't know what color I'm doing. I just want some random colors. That'll probably turn out to be purple. A little bit more here. A bit of green. Some yellow. Another green. Like that kind of limey. Just going to put this on top of the file folder so that when I'm done, I can just pick it up and just place it on the floor. Just place it on the floor while it dries, and then I could go on to something else. So this, oh yeah, I should have made more water. This is very absorbent. This is a very good quality paper. So you want to keep working so you don't want any hard lines. Scooch in a little bit more. There we go. Oh, again, I'm always complaining about this desk. It's not very big, and I don't clean it off very often. Let's add some water like that, and then go back into the color. Maybe a bit of yellow over here. Trying to look at my monitor to see what you can see. Yeah, you can see that. And a bit more water here. I don't want to go over it the same spot twice, or I'm trying to avoid that, because then it just gets muddy, it gets blotchy. It's more vibrant if you just go over it just with the one time. Again, you need quite a bit of water to make an impact. The white spots are really pretty too. Let's add some yellow here. And seem to be reaching for purple. Can you see that? Let's move that over a little bit. This is something that a file folder will not do. I mean, that's just regular pulp paper, where this is cotton. Why don't we add a little bit of green on one side? This green, just in the corner. Of course, it's turning brown. That's okay. So we've got some blooming here. That's because there's a little bit too much water, but that has a nice effect as well. Okay, I'm going to put that on the floor here for it to dry and move on to my next project. So I found this great vellum online, and this stuff is so thick. Well, it's called thick vellum. And last night I made a couple of envelopes. I just folded it in half and then I sewed it. So today we're going to do that. I'm going to make, should I make 2 pockets? I don't even know if you can see that. Maybe that'll help a little bit. So I'm going to fold it in half like this. Super thick. I think I may need my credit card. Fold it down a little bit, and I'm getting paint. Okay, just make a few lines, or a couple of lines here. I do like to have them kind of straight. So I just draw a pencil line here. It would help if I had, yes, there we go. And then another one here. So I'm just going to sew on either side of the line, and then just around here, and then I'll cut it, and I'm going to use my variegated thread. And we're back. So there you go. Super easy. So I'm just going to erase this line. I think it looks so nice with the variegated thread. I'm so glad I bought that. Yeah, this, oh man, this is so thick. Like, this is not ripping at all. So let's grab the scissors. So before I go, I just want to give a shout out to a channel that I recently found, well, actually just a few weeks ago, and that is Amber with, I'm going to get the name right this time. Is it Junkie? Trashy Junk Journals. I think that's what it is. Amber, thank you so much for all that you do. I love your creativity. And I love the bears that you draw. If I didn't get that channel name right, I'll just put it up on the screen so you guys can all go and visit her. I believe she is in Michigan in the States. I'm in Saskatchewan, Canada. That's awesome. Let's get just a piece of cardstock or something. Well, why don't we just use this? Yeah, so then I would just make a tag, put it in here. Oh man, again, this is so thick. I love it. Gorgeous. So that was a short video today. I hope you enjoyed that. Why don't I make one of these before I go? On the file folder. So here's a file folder here. Just put these here so you can see that. And I love these Uniball Deluxe Micro. These are amazing. These are great for watercolor. They will not bleed. They will not bleed. I've been using these for years. So let's just make a square. Just make a square. And I just keep going around. And don't try to be straight because then you won't get this result. And it's 3 times around. Maybe one more time. Go inside a little bit. There. That's it. Then you cut around it. And you're done. Let's make a circle. Circles are fun too. So you just hold your pen loosely in your hand, right? I try to keep my wrist off of the table. That way I don't have as much control. There. Let's make a big one here. Rectangle. Trying to see if you can see that. Yep. So see that it's not straight, but you don't want it straight, but you can go over it and extend it out just a little bit. You don't have to follow the same line. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. And then I'm just going to change. Oh, I'm getting too close to that circle. Oh, that looks awesome. Okay, should I cut them up? When's this video going to end? Let's see. So I want to leave a little bit of white. Nice rounded corner. Again, I got a little too close to that circle, but that's okay. I have a ton of file folders and that's not going to be thrown out. Look at that. Like, you can write a little note in there. It looks cartoony, right? I love it. Just something else for my Fodder collection. Yes, I love it. Let's try and take, again, I've got another idea. Let's try to take a little bit of watercolor. Seeing that this is a file folder, I don't want it too heavy on the water. So I'm just gonna grab this drier stuff right here. And I'm just gonna go like that. There. Ooh, I love that. There. That's cute. I'm a fan of yellow, so let's maybe grab some of the yellow. Just enough to give it some color. The white is nice too, though. I do like that. And I'm actually going to go on to where the pen mark is. And there you go. So I just drew that, and this pen did not not leak, but it didn't bleed. Love this Uniball. Uniball Super Ink Deluxe Micro. Okay, now I can't stop. Let's do kind of this green one here. Greeny yellow. Just gonna do the inside. There. Ooh, I love that. Love, love, love. So get out your old file folders. Ask a friend, family member, a co-worker. Hey, are you throwing those out? Hand them over, because I've got some fodder to make. I hope you guys have a great day, and find some time to create. I've got a lot of work to do outside of this craft room, but again, on my day off, I gotta come down here with my cup of coffee and make something before I start my day. Okay, bye-bye.